On cropping. So to get started, I'm going to take two photos. Both of them are JPEGs, so I don't have any file issues. I'm going to right click or control click and click open with Adobe Photoshop 2024. Excuse me. And it'll load up in there. And I'm just going to show you really quickly how these two photos end up and get off of the original move tool. Each one of these tools in the toolbar on the left is there's tutorials for some of them. When you see a little arrow right here, that means you can click and hold, and there's more than one tool. The one we're looking at closely now is the crop tool, and when you select the crop tool, you have a toolbar for that tool that goes across the top. Also notice since I opened two images that I can tab back and forth between the two images. And since the crop tool was already set, it's set for a ratio crop and a 6:4 print. Most of the prints that we're going to do in this class are going to end up 6:4 or 2:3 because a 4:6 print fills up nicely if you crop your photo that way. You can also keep it as the original ratio, and when you do that, it keeps whatever the original ratio was. So if you move it into the side, it's also moving vertically. And there's and you can also unlock the ratio and just do a crop with whatever you want. However, majority of the time we're going to be working with 2:3 or 4:6 ratio. Now you'll notice here that this is not the crop that I want. This is a landscape photo, and the crop is in portrait mode. Landscape is defined as having the longer end on the horizontal. And then this is a landscape photo, or sorry, portrait photo, and it's set for a portrait crop. All you really need to do is just flip these values, and you will get the proper type of crop. And then it's up to you to figure out how you're going to crop it. Cropping is kind of important. Cropping starts in the camera. You're looking through the lens and you're figuring out what you want to be into the frame. But you can make additional edits that change the look of the photo and the story the photo tells. So for example, if I just did this and kept my ratio but just focused on the face without the ears, that's a completely different look, a different style of photo than what I did, and it can be done. I got to caution you, the closer you get to the crop, the lower the resolution on the photo gets. So you can't do this and then end up printing a big print because it'll end up pixelated when you finish the crop. But what I'm going to do with this landscape crop is I'm going to just tighten it up and make sure that I'm not missing any part of the cat. This is my cat who we had to put to sleep last May. Still dealing with that, but she's been in quite a few photos, so I use this as a demo. Anyway, there's my crop lines. Notice it's also showing you the rule of thirds and your hotspots. You can use those in your recrop. There's another indicator of my ratio, and then I have to click done. Same thing for now I got to switch it back to the portrait crop. I just want to tighten this up a little bit to focus on the cat and her ridiculous expression. Get that line on her tie. Make sure her ears are out, and then that's going to be my crop for the portrait photo. And when you click done, the crops are done. So it should keep the crop in its original, it should keep the crop that you created when you click done. And I'm going to tighten up a little bit more, and then that's it. Then really it's just about taking that file and exporting it out. And I like to use export as because it really generally gets you to this screen right here, which allows you to choose a JPEG. And then to keep the image quality high, just bump it up to 7. That means less compression. Don't worry, you have plenty of space. And then hit export, and then it'll ask where you want that photo to be. And I'll just write it kitty landscape, and it goes to the desktop so you can work with it later. Thank you. That's it.